Hello Flosstube, my name is Dawn, this is my channel Frosty XStitch. Happy New Year 2022. I'll start off with a very short life update. I don't really want to do a life update at the moment, not generally, just now. Various reasons. If you really want to know what's going on in my life, we can direct message, or we just ignore it and go on. I'll probably tell you more about my life in my next video, because you know I can't stop talking. Once I start talking, I can't stop and I go down rabbit holes. Just quickly, I wanted to let you know that I've been taking medication for my skin, because if you've watched my earlier Flosstubes, like at the beginning, I always had irritation in my skin, which you would see in the face. This area you usually wouldn't see, and you would never see my back or other places where I have really bad skin. But I've been taking medication for my skin, and of course it cleared up my face for the time of Corona, where everybody's walking around with masks. And I've noticed that it's been probably more than half a year since I'm suffering from hair loss. Like, it's not that I would pull and like whole strand would come out like this, but people with longish hair, you know, when you comb your hair, you'll have bits coming out at the end. And I can go through my hair with a comb every single time, and hair would come out like endless. If I would start doing my hair now, I would have endless strands of hair coming out. I've lost more than half of the volume of my hair. I know that because in the summer months I put my hair in a very loose braid for when I go to sleep, and it's gone. My hair's gone. That could also be one of the factors of the lower back pain that I talked about in an earlier video. Not the upper back pain, the lower back pain. So I had to stop the medication. Now when people are it's still Omicron and people are still wearing masks, but out on the street people are not wearing masks and spots are coming back. So anyway, I'm going to see, I'm in treatment. I have a chiropractor, I have physiotherapy, and I'm going to see my skin doctor next week, and we'll just discuss the whole thing and see what's what. But this also means that today, because I was at the chiropractor's yesterday, my back today, my upper back is really, really painful. So if you see me pulling a face because I'm making a movement that hurts, that's why. I do my exercises and everything, so I'm already 4 minutes in, and yeah. Also there is, I think I've told you, I do voluntary work, and it's not voluntary work as in a soup kitchen or anything. It's voluntary work on a basis for our district. It's a neighborhood district association, and we're politically and religiously neutral. We're basically neutral, but we stand in for our members. So it has a lot to do with political decisions that have been made. So for instance, they want to do the new heating system, you know, we get, it's too complicated. Anyway, so we have to check that, like, the elderly people, that last summer the bus would just not come into our district and go the way that it should, because they just decided that because of the building site it would be, that's what I'm trying to get to. So the bus would just go a different way, and people, especially elderly people or people who can't walk properly, or people people who need to come here for various reasons or get from the home into town, the bus would just not go. And that's an issue that we take very seriously, and we have to do something about it. So we have to, you know, on a political side, we have to do something about that. But that's not only political, it's also to do with those who are responsible for the bus, the tram, the building site. So we get involved there. I also started joining another group for getting the climate under control here, just our district. That's been a bit more intense, with more meetings and more work as well involved for the last 2 years. And there's a sort of clash between the two groups that I'm in. So it's not voluntary, like I said, it's not voluntary work where I go to a soup kitchen or something. It's voluntary work where we get ideas and we write them down and we work out who do we have to go to. We write emails. I've done a new website for the neutral group. The other group isn't neutral. We're politically neutral in that sense, but not completely. It's too complicated. It's just that you know, it's one group and the other group, they need to inform, and that is going on. Even though I'm informed because I'm in that other group, it's separate. So yesterday they should have sent us a statement so that the neutral group can work out what we would need to do. We need to get, you know, our members involved, and the other group is going to the press, like to the media today. Now, the information came out very late last night, so of course the neutral group was not informed, and that was from the state. That was a thing that they had to do, inform us before they go to the press and the media. And they're going to the press and the media today, and that's why my phone is there and it's on vibrate. So you won't hear it, but as soon as it lights up, I need to check, because if something comes in from either of the groups, I need to react, because we might need to have an emergency meeting this evening, or we might have to put a statement out ourselves. I'm sorry, my hair is really, so that's why my phone is there and I'll be looking down at my phone. So just that you know, it's not any disrespect, because usually I turn my phone off. Well, I turn it onto silent so that no messages come in. But of course, some messages that are favorites, like my brother, for instance, he needs to be able to reach me all times. But then I've also put it on the vibrate and turn it upside down so that I don't even see it. But now I really need to. And now it's been 8 minutes already. Good. The last point of life update, not update, is I really would want to say a heartfelt, big, really big thank you to all of you out there, stitchers and non-stitchers if you follow me. I don't know if you do, friends. Everybody who sent me a Christmas card, thank you so much. I think I posted on Instagram where the cards are. I know that 2 cards came after I posted that, so I received 2 more cards. I didn't thank everybody who sent me a card, mainly because I sent that person a card already, so it's an exchange of Christmas cards. So for a card, I thought I don't need to say thank you. I just know that Christmas cards and birthday cards are so appreciated, especially when I see that the card that you chose is something that you probably chose because you knew I would like it, or it's something that shows me where you live, or something personal to you, something personal to me. So thank you very much to those people, and a very big thank you to everybody who sent me Christmas presents. I was actually quite blessed. I didn't expect that many presents, and also there were a lot of stitchy presents. Now, it is already towards the end of January, and some of those stitchy presents have already been in use and have sort of wandered around my flat into different project bags, or our project bags, or yeah, so I decided not to show what I got, not everything that I got, because if I leave somebody out, that would, I know that if I would be left out, I would feel really bad and not appreciated. It's also possible that I haven't received your gift yet because Corona, whatever. It's just that cards arrived later than some people sent me a card, Christmas card, and a package on the same day. The card arrived like 3 weeks early, and then the parcel arrived. So, no, the parcel arrived 3 weeks early, and then the card arrived. The card that has to do with our postal system. But I want to show 3 things that I got for reasons that you'll probably just see now. One is that a viewer of mine, I mentioned this, I think, in my before Christmas video, Norleen, not Norleen. I'm really sorry. It's a name that I don't know, so it's Norleen. She's a viewer of mine, and she sent me a Christmas card with, I could see there was more in the package. So I just left the package, took out the card. And she just said that she watches my videos, she likes them. So thank you very much for watching. And she sent me some stuff, which I then only opened on Christmas. And one of the things that was in there was this book. And I know that other people already have this book, and I've shown it. So I won't go into it, I won't do a flip through or something, but it's just that, you know, people have shown like really beautiful, the stuff in this book is really, it's amazing, and it's a really lovely book. And she sent me this. She also included other stuff, but thank you very much, because this was something I was thinking about, you know, maybe having a look if I could find it and maybe buying it, but I don't really buy cross stitch books like this. So thank you very much. Like I said, that came from a viewer. And Carrie and Stitches, and you've seen this if you watch her. She made me a tiny little ornament, which of course you see if you're in the group Stitch from Stash 2017 to 2022, then you will have seen this as one of her December finishes. This came, I think, right before Christmas, so I don't put stitchy stuff on my Christmas tree, but I hang it all around. I have so many holes in the wall with nails in them, so that got hung up. Thank you, Carrie. And Carrie is one of the instigators of the Under 1000 Subs Club. She's over 1000 subs and staying over it. Just while mentioning that, Heather, Link is my homeboy, has also reached 1000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. I don't know if she's got her videos up again, but she made a VIP parade, and I've seen that there was a sort of help her get over to the 1000, and it says 1.01k subscribers for Link is my homeboy, so congratulations for that. Now, the last person in that group is Sarah King, My Stitching Kingdom on YouTube, and she's in, did I write it down? No, but she's stuck somewhere between 700 and 800 subscribers, and she was the same in the same group, and I think we need to get her over 1000 as well. it just seems fair. So just, yeah, they'll be linked below. But I got another gift that I want to show, because I'm showing these because these were stitched, and if somebody stitches something for me, it does mean something. And it was stitched by Christy, and she has 2 YouTube channels. One of them is the Stitching Cafe, and the other flew out of my mind, Hand Guy Diva. And I got this, and I have these hung up behind my tree, so above my TV, so I can see them all the time. Anyway, so that was my not life update. Yeah, anyway, so I have a list here, so that's why I'm looking down here. So anyway, thank you to everybody who sent me a Christmas present, Stitchy related, not Stitchy related. Thank you so much. I would love to show everything that I got, but I decided not to, and I hope people can respect that. Okay, so you're here basically for stitching. So let's see, what have I done? I'll try and do it this way, because I'm filming on my laptop, which is a PC, so it's not quite so easy to do. Get the photos from my phone, from my Apple phone onto my PC. So I'm sorry, I was just trying to get this here in frame. So this is my Heaven and Earth design. It's a StoryKeep Home is Where the Magic Is by Randal Spangler. And I chose to do a StoryKeep and see if, maybe I can get a bit more done than on other HAEDs. Of course, it's the one on the bottom. Of course it is. I'm actually pretty pleased with how much I got done. I have these clip thingies. Well, they're not clips. They're like sort of hair clips. Now, of course, I can't undo them. Sorry, but this is how I work. I roll up my fabric. All the fabric for the StoryKeep is in here, and I just hold it like this and stitch. So I have more stitched than this, so it goes down further than this. But this is, it looks black. It looks as if it's just black. It's not. It's actually dark blue and dark blue and dark blue. But I'm actually really enjoying this, and I haven't stitched on this for at least a week or so, but this is actually quite a lot that I've done. And is it so if I ever show projects and you can see it's Ada, then it's probably 18 count cream Ada, because I have a huge massive piece of that. So this is 18 count cream Ada. If I use something different for anything, then I'll probably mention it. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, I got project bags. Yeah, I bought project bags. But Vicky, Stitch and Button, on Flosstube and on Facebook, she sells project bags, needle minders, what have you. She's now started doing these little art books. I put a needle minder on there and a counting pin, and this is at the moment the color I'm using, so you can see it's blue. And then just, what I'm just using. And the good part is that it snaps. It snaps closed like that, and it's thin, and I just pop it in my project bag. So I'm ready to go. And this fabric matches another project bag of hers that I have. So, but unfortunately it's now in the wrong bag. I don't care. But that goes in there in my project bag. So does my HAED, you know, just like, what? A lovely circle pull. And next project. So that was Home is Where the Magic Is. I mentioned this before. I'm quickly going to mention it again. I was asked, you know, how do I go about kitting up or stitching a HAED? Full coverage, basically. It doesn't have to be a HAED. And I'm in planning of doing a series. There are people out there who already have a playlist with how to tackle a HAED or a full coverage project. I'm going to try and do something for people who've never done a full coverage. And I know I'm very late because I was asked in August last year, but last year for me wasn't easy. Okay, this year also isn't easy, but I've started, I have a list, I have so much I can talk about full coverage, even though I actually haven't finished any of the big ones. But I'm mentioning it now again because I've just shown, like I said, I'm doing a story keep. This is a sorry window light. This is a story keep. So basically it's a bit more than 3 HAED pages above each other. So it's not the full artwork. Now I know that people talk about story keeps, quick stitch, max color, super size, HAED. And then of course there's also Mystic Stitch, there's Gecko Rouge, there's RTC, there's all sorts of stuff out there. Now, if you're a beginner, or if you know have never tackled a full coverage project like this, but you might like to, if you have any questions that you need answered or want answered, what I did, I found people who I know stitch full coverage, and as I see them as my stitchy friends, I ask them directly. But if you have any questions that you just don't know, you know, who should I ask for this? Or if it's a general question, like, where can I find full coverage patterns? Or if it's a very specific question, like, should I use tent stitch or full crosses? Or should I start on a right-hand corner, on a left-hand corner? Should I start in the middle? Or should I do my crosses like this or like this? You know, anything. If anything about full coverage, you're free to leave a message on any of my Flosstubes, because I get notifications. So if you leave a message, a comment on any of my Flosstubes, I get the message. And I'll use that as a point to answer questions. It'll help me get my series together, because it'll be more than one video. I'm hoping to do a whole playlist of how to start, where to begin, where to look. So if you have any questions, put them below in this video, in any of my Flosstubes. There's also an email address you can find it on YouTube. When you look under Frosty XStitch, you can find it. Or if you're connected to me on Instagram, I'm not that often on Instagram, but you can send me an Instagram direct message, I get a notification. If you find me on Facebook, if you know my name, you find me on Facebook, you can send me a direct message there. And also I'm a moderator in the Stitch from Stash Facebook group. So if you're not connected to me, you'll find me there. You can then message me even if we're not friends. So if you have any question, a general or a specific, please just ask. I quickly have to... Okay, sorry, I'm back. Anyway, okay, that was all about full coverage. I had a new start and also a finish. I can't remember what the acronym should be for that. I'm sorry. But it's by Lisa Loves Stitching. And she has... Oh my god, I've deleted it already, no? Yes? It was Pattern Keeper compatible, but looks like I've deleted it. Apparently I did. Anyway, she's LillyPillyStitches. So I'll just show you. This is her LillyPillyStitches, and you can find her on Etsy. She's also Lisa Loves Stitching on Flosstube, and she put out this pretty little pattern. It's wiping out the colour of the fabric a bit, but this was an easy and a quick stitch. I don't do Valentine's Day. This is not for Valentine's Day. It was just, I was searching for something quick that I can stitch in one colour on a tiny piece of fabric, and this just worked. And that's a bead. Well, it's a pearl, a fake pearl that used to be a button or something. So anyway, you can find little cutesy little patterns like this. Very easy. You can have them as PDFs because she's in Australia, and they stitch up pretty fast, pretty fun. Then I stitched a bit on my Gathering Snowflakes, but didn't bring that. Not very much to see anyway. I also stitched a bit more on my Lace and Roses by Shanon Christine Designs. I can show that here, what it should look like. This is Roses and Lace. That's what, you can have it in black or in white, and the roses can be in pink, red or yellow, and I couldn't decide if I wanted black or white, so I chose a grey, and I'm going to do red roses. And I just finished the last block of this, and there's now going to be a band going down here and then another band going down here. And the lovely needle minder is from Chelsea Olesh. Just been stitching a tiny bit on that. And then, surprise, surprise, I actually decided to join a mystery 12-month mystery band sampler. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't do mysteries in cross stitch. I don't do samplers in cross stitch. 12 months, like no. This is the first part. You can see Stitching Cabin. It's actually pretty cheap, and this is the January part already that came out, and sort of this is what it sort of looked like. Oh, I see in December we'll have a huge band. Oh yeah, okay. See, that's already frightening to me because what I have to stitch. Yeah, but I did actually manage to finish the January part. Believe it or not, I did. I changed the colours slightly. Now you probably cannot see the bling. I'm sorry, I haven't got anything to put behind this. There is a bit of, I don't know if she says Krynic or, was it Krynic? Anyway, I used Treasure Bride. I just had a Treasure Bride. But you can't really see it. You can't really see the bling. It's not that much. And the colours I chose for the dark, it is DMC 32. And for the light, which you can't see that well, it is 26. And the Treasure Bride is Petite Treasure Bride PB 27. And I have one of these in here as well. My own needle minder, and yeah, there's still some Treasure Bride on there. See, and you just put it away. It's easy peasy. But actually, it was not quite so easy to do. There's tiny bits of pale color on the ends of these snowflakes. It was not so easy to stop and start, so I started with, because I used 2 threads, I had to start with a pin stitch, and then to end I would thread underneath the threads at the back. So yeah, it doesn't look very neat anymore. I did the dark color first, and then the light color, and then the treasure braid. So it's now pretty not so neat anymore. At the beginning it looked really neat, but I tend to start there and then go this way. And for whatever horrendous reason, I started here. I don't know why, whatever, because what I did, I went to the middle of the fabric and then came up, and then, you know, I knew how much I need to come down, so I had the middle. Could have started in the middle. No, I did not. I counted over here and started from here. I never start from here. It's the way my stitches go. I'll probably talk about that when I do my full coverage information. I start from here. That's because of the way that I do my stitches. But don't know, life. I guess I was having a brain fart moment when I started this. I don't know. Things just happen for various reasons. So, yeah, I'm sorry. There's lots of swearing. When I try and put on shoes or socks or trousers or anything, or I bend over or I have to pick something up. So that was my stitching. Yeah, I did put a few stitches in on my HAED, the tea and books HAED, but because I do cross country and I haven't actually finished the section, you won't see a difference, because okay, I can't say I'm not tech savvy enough, but I'm not tech savvy enough to get pictures in there. No, the problem is that the software that I'm using, you can't put pictures in there. Because being a software developer, full stack engineer, web designer, I can't say I'm not tech savvy enough to do things. But with this program, I can't put pictures in there, like before and after pictures. It doesn't work. And then, like I said, I have Apple. This is a Dell. My tablet is an Android. Yeah, it's an Android. So, you know, I think lots of you understand. So just, I hope it's okay that I don't put in pictures. I think if I would do that, I don't really want to edit my videos. That might change. And definitely if I'm going to do the full coverage thing, you will be seeing pictures and you'll see stuff, those will be heavily edited. Let's just leave it at that. For the under 1,000 subs club, like I said, Heather has reached. Carrie reached hers. We talked about that. Heather has reached hers. Now we just need to get Sarah over 1,000. Adding on to last time I talked about 3 designers who are on Flosstube and are under 1,000. I want to just hang on that Annemiek from the Handwerk Boutique. She's the owner of the Dutch LNS. They had the collaboration with Twin Peaks Primitive and invited Pam and Steph over to the Netherlands. What was it, 3 years ago now? Before the pandemic, 2019. They invited Pam and Steph over. I think the 911 Stitcher came as well, and then the whole group sort of got together, and it was with this LNS. And because that didn't happen in 2020 and hasn't happened since, but Annemiek from the Handwerk Boutique is the owner of the Dutch LNS, and she is on Flosstube. She hasn't reached 1,000 subscribers, which is a bit amazing to me, but she shows her own stitching, but she also shows the models that she has in her shop, which I really like. And then somebody I just watched before I started filming, and that is Stitchy Sally. She's British, and she's such a lovely person, and I think she didn't quite know if I think she's definitely been on there for a year now, or not quite a year. I think she was not quite sure if she wants to come back. But she came back, and then she was apologizing for things that she doesn't need to apologize for on a Flosstube, on her own Flosstube. So I just mentioned that, and she said, yeah, she doesn't feel so confident like other Flosstubers. Well, yeah, I know, Sally. I'm sorry, I'm talking about you. But I know that lots of Flosstubers come over as really confident and they know what they're talking about and whatever. I can talk. I mean, I'm just talking to my screen. I'm talking to myself on a screen there, to the camera here. I can open my mouth and talk. That's what I can do. But Stitchy Sally, she can stitch. She can stitch. And when I see her stitching, I just think like, oh my God, oh, I should sit down and stitch more. I'm a slow stitcher, a very slow stitcher, so I have the feeling like I have nothing to show. I have no progress. I can't come on every 2 weeks and show you nothing. Whereas she can come on, and she always has stitch stuff. She has stuff in the background that you can see, and she talks about, you know, all the gifts that she gave that we couldn't see before because she didn't want to show them. And she has a knowledge because she's been stitching for years. And that's the confidence that I see when she comes on Flosstube. And she's such a nice person, and I like watching her. And she thought, you know, I'm not sure if people want to watch me. And I know that lots of Flosstubers think that. I don't know if people really want to watch me. I mean, I've got, what, 540 subscribers. I've been on here for a few years. I don't know if people want to watch me. I know that my friends watch me, my cross-stitch friends, my Flosstube, Instagram, Facebook, cross-stitch friends, they watch me, and they always ask, you know, are you going to make another Flosstube? Don't we want to see what you're stitching on? And I make it for them. I make my Flosstubes for them. So if I never reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm not to everybody's taste. I know that. Anyway, Stitchy Sally, go and check her out. She's lovely. She is lovely. And I don't see her as not confident. That's me. But then, yep. Let's see. Okay, I've talked about full coverage and questions. And that's more or less it. There's just one other point. Some of you might have found Amy J's Creations on Flosstube. She started last year doing Flosstubes. She's Canadian, American, lives in Switzerland, has kids, works in a library, is crafty, and seems like a very fun person. And we want to meet up sometime soon, hopefully. She met somebody else in Switzerland, but I think that person is German, but living in Switzerland. And we were just, we're connected on WhatsApp. She's doing my pillows for me, fully finishing them. She just said, you know, it's such a shame that we don't really have any stitchy retreats here. I mean, yes, okay, we have a pandemic. So during a pandemic, I mean, I'm not going to a stitchy retreat during a pandemic. And that doesn't matter where I live. But in Europe, like I said, they had the retreat in the Netherlands where they invited Pam and Steph. And the group that got together there, they became friends and in the Netherlands, and they have a bi-weekly Flosstube on Fridays where they get together and they're actually stitching the same pattern together. Last year they stitched the quilting bee, the sleeping bee, I don't know, one of the bees from the Blue Flower. And I thought maybe I could join their Zoom meetups, but they speak Dutch. I speak German, Swiss German and English, so I can't speak Dutch, so I can't join them. But they have a sort of group and they're doing now Zoom meetings, so they meet up every 2 weeks on Zoom. They did meet in person in the summer when it was okay to meet up in the summer due to pandemic. But we have Rita Marie in the north. We have a Stitching Moon in Norway. We have a few Flosstubers up north. We have a few Flosstubers in Germany. The German ones, some of them actually do Flosstube in German. They're called Stick Junkies. I don't like that name. Leah, forgotten the name. She does English and German, so she does it like in both languages. She drifted off a bit into diamond painting, and I don't think I've seen her a lot last year. Don't know. But I know that there's definitely stitchers in France, Maeve in Paris. I don't really follow French stitchers due to the fact that they might be speaking French. I had French for 8 years in school. I cannot speak a word of French. But there are definitely stitchers in Italy, because I mean, Alessandro Adelaide, a designer, is in Italy. There's other designers in Italy. There was, what was his name? Something in Spain. Forgotten his name. They're not in Spain anymore. They're now in Germany. Wiesbaden, I think, somewhere near up there. But there's Mela HAED, designer in Spain. She put out one Flosstube that I've seen, and she was interviewed by Mr. XStitch. So, you know, and I'm pretty sure there's in Austria as well. So around Switzerland, there are stitchers. They're just, most of them don't have Flosstube, aren't on Facebook in the groups that I'm in, or I don't know that they're European or near me. I think there must be about four stitchers in Switzerland that I know of. One of them I see quite often on Facebook. One of them is Amy J. I don't know why I say Joe. Amy J. And then there's 2 people I know of who stitch, but I have no contact with. And there are other people out there who do stitch, but they're not on social media. So Amy J just mentioned, you know, it would be really lovely to have a stitchy meetup. And because we don't have the big LNS that we could use as a sort of meeting point or whatever, she said we could do something like go and visit the DMC factory or go to the Zweigart factory. That's in Stuttgart. The DMC factory is in Mulhouse. Mulhouse is just 45, not even 45, it's 20 minutes, I don't know, just over there. The Zweigart factory is Stuttgart. But for me, that doesn't work. So because of my anxiety and everything, I would have to have the stitching retreat in Basel for it to work, for me to be able to take part at the moment, due to my anxiety and stuff. But I would happily be there to organize the retreat. I would happily organize a retreat. I have no problems with that. I also would know more than one place where we could do it. It would just have to be a retreat without a shop attached. but I'm pretty sure we can maybe get a trunk show from somewhere or something. So if you know anybody in Europe who would be interested in a retreat in Switzerland, maybe, because I live on Basel is on the border to Germany and France. Okay, so it's Switzerland, Germany, France. 500 meters, 500 meters. That's where I live. So from the Netherlands, it's something like 5 hours by train. From Paris, it's 3.5 hours now with the new train. It's easy to get to Basel. Basel is a hub. Basel is a world city. You can get to Basel very easily. So we could organize a retreat in Basel. I would be really happy. But we would need interest. People who are interested. And now I've just blabbered on. Just because I'm lonely and bored. And no email came in. So thank you for watching. If you're still here. Yeah, I just also wanted to say I have a few patterns that I would like to do giveaways on, but shipping costs have gone sky rise. So, and at the moment with COVID, I know that Australia cannot take part. I'm not going to exclude anybody from giveaways. I'm going to wait with giveaways. I'm definitely going to do a giveaway in my full coverage. When I do that, there's definitely going to be a giveaway in that. And I'll start doing maybe the odd giveaway of past the stash, but it'll have to wait. It's January and I spent so much money on sending Christmas cards and Christmas presents. I didn't even send that many Christmas presents, so it'll just have to wait. It'll just have to wait. So if my channel doesn't get subscriptions because I'm not doing giveaways, then I'm sorry. And if you don't like my ramblings and my rants and my rabbit holes and my blabbering and whatever, then I'm also sorry. But otherwise, if you're still here and you're still listening, and even if you're listening at 2 times speed, thank you so much for watching me, watching my channel, giving me a thumbs up, subscribe maybe, leave a comment, leave an emoji. Really make me happy. It really does make me happy. And I can't say when I come back. I don't know. I might come back with a full coverage part first, or maybe another Flosstube. I don't know, because I get very insecure with not having enough to show. And every time I put out a Flosstube, Shelley says, "Wow, Dawn, you stitched so much more than I thought you did," which is so nice, and I'm pretty sure that it is. But for me, of course, you know that as a stitcher, if you're a slow stitcher, and I know that Amanda, for instance, Amanda Alba Stitcher on Flosstube and Instagram, we're slow stitchers, so we sometimes just don't think we have that much to show, even if we do. So, Sally, that's our problem. See, everybody has their insecurities. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a friend. And I'll see you again. I'll come back. Don't know when. I'll come back. Anyway, happy stitching, everybody. Bye.